It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, they're in first place in the Western Conference. And given the season they were coming off last year, it's about where we expected them to be at this stage. With certain players, it's like having a coach on the floor. We're talking Chris Paul. Shaq, what's it like playing with a point guard that smart?
Well, Paul knows exactly what needs to happen in every situation. He remembers patterns and tendencies of players and of opposing teams. Very smart point guard.
Yeah, you can't let your team lose focus, and he does a good job of that. The team plays with a purpose when he's on that floor.
Now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as tip-off approaches.
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Kevin, well, the Rockets' bona fides as a contending team are real. Now, James Harden says we're as real as it can get. I've never been this confident. We have depth that at any moment can impact the game. Strong words, Kevin.
Credit their front office for assembling the pieces. Thanks, David. You know, Chris, parity, always a question, in this league and how you try to get teams to advance. But over a long season, it seems like any team can surprise you on any given night.
Yeah, almost every team has the talent that can beat you, especially in a one game. You must respect your opponent. Sometimes it can come down to schemes, coaching. Sometimes it can come down to just one bad shot. You can never underestimate motivation as a factor, and that's where the good teams separate themselves. Who can continue to have that same focus every night, and in the words of Coach Popovich, that appropriate fear of your opponent.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Oklahoma City right now, Chris Paul is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Gallinari. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Robertson in at the 3 slot. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Passes it to Robertson. Back to Gallinari. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Hey, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Harden left side. Count that one.
And his jump shot is a major weapon for them. That's a great job by Harden to just elevate and get that shot over the D.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He kicks to Clark. Here's Robertson, guarded by Green. Back to Clark. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And the dunk by Fareed.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Clark, coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Paul goes in, 6 to shoot. Adams finds Paul, shoots over Capella, and again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Oh, and Clint Capella, born in Switzerland, his mother immigrating from the Congo. Growing up poor, Clint lived in a welfare orphanage from age 6 up to 13. I mean, those were tough times, but he said it helped prepare him for where he is now.
Now, here is Gallinari. 23 points for him the last game against Minnesota. The 3-ball. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. And Chris, when growing up, Capella lived in 2 different group homes. He said the first one taught him life skills. And he said the second one motivated him to get out of there.
He compared it to living in a prison. He desperately wanted to return home. Can you imagine that? So he worked to be, in his words, perfect, from his studies to his conduct, all while fighting off bullies. After 1 year, he returned home, but he continues to pursue perfection in his craft to this day. I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Outside, Green. Kicks it to Westbrook. Harden outside. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And it's 7 points for James Harden.
Oh, and that catch and shoot, Jay, from Harden is unblockable. Just quickly shooting off the pass.
Out to the right wing. Back to Gallinari. Here's Robertson. He's covered by Westbrook. The shot's good from Robertson.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Houston leading by 5. And Houston calls their first timeout of the game. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in for Ian Clark. And Dennis Schroeder's subbed in for Chris Paul. And he's able to get it back. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Gordon. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, one thing that sold Eric Gordon on joining the Rockets was the strength of their training staff. Ariza told him, "You feel 10 years younger here." Well, he certainly looks healthy and rejuvenated.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First free throw is good. And Gordon had battled injuries in New Orleans, as the entire team had really. But as you said, Chris, it's been a different story for him with the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, and we're seeing his finishing return to levels not seen since his years with the Clippers. I mean, from his first step to his bounce inside, I mean, his athleticism, he's made a comeback.
Gordon hits both of them.
Oh, he's a top-tier shooter. Gordon, he's a former 6th Man of the Year winner who plays his role to perfection.
Here's Ferguson. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making a switch here. Shumpert's checked in. Tipped away. Ferguson kicks to Noel. Here's Adams. Pass to Ferguson over Gordon. And there's another one for the Thunder. And so here is Houston. It's a 5-point game. To the inside. And slam dunk by Shumpert.
Better respect Shumpert's hops. He knows how to get up and dunk on it.
Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Out left to the wing. And it's Houston on the break. Shumpert with the ball. The pass to House. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Shumpert. Pass to Noel. Here's Ferguson. 6 to shoot. Again, the Thunder score. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rivers kicks to Shumpert. Good on the three-point shot. Shumpert's got 5 points so far.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Rivers against Schroeder. It's deflected. And so it's Houston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. We have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And welcome back as we continue our Christmas Day matchup. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, it means extra possessions, and that's certainly reflected in the score right now.
Amon Shumpert is out there with Austin Rivers. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon. And it's House in at the 4 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Nobody near Schroeder. Buries the long-range jumper. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
You got to give the Rockets credit. Other teams may have looked at the Warriors and threw up their hands, but not the Rockets. Houston tried to put pieces around Harden to contend for a title.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 3. Rivers surveying the D. To the left side wing, Tucker. It's rebounded by Schroeder. And we've seen Harden recruiting players to Houston, Chris, helped attract another star and all those complimentary players.
He gives assists to the organization. He's a star and a pitch man. That's what you have to do at this point. Team up and load up if you want to win it all.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
Now here's Gordon. Basket counts. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality look inside.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Everyone seems to suffer small injuries, C-Webb, over the course of a season. Who does the best, you think, at battling through those minor bumps and bruises and injuries and still continues to play well?
You know what, Kevin? I can't answer that question because whoever does it does not let us know also that they're hurt.
They hide it. Yeah, good point. You're right.
Because the main guys that get through it, they're not going to tell you.
Good point. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. James Harden is second.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
Yeah, and the energy they show on the glass is outstanding. They work so hard in the paint.
Here's Robertson. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. There's Gallinari with the 3. Doesn't go for him. The Rockets go the other way with it. Left side, Westbrook. Harden outside. Westbrook against Paul. Shot from 12. Lob pass to Capella. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Robertson, guarded by Green. Out to Gallinari. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston, leading by 5.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
Now, here is Gallinari. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Seeing the floor well, Paul is fantastic at noticing when the defense is overcommitted.
And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer, a striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start. Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. From deep, Harden. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Paul looking over the floor. Gallinari passes to Paul. Four on the shot clock. From the top of the key, and Fareed sends it back. Here's Westbrook. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 10-2 run here. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's 7 points for Gallinari.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Ball against Westbrook. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Westbrook's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And it's Clark in the corner. Fires the 3, and Fareed sends it back.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Westbrook against Paul. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Clark. No points in the game yet for him. Alinari surveying the D. Elbow shot is on the way. Jump shot is good that time.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on. He's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
Here's Rivers, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Rockets lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith. And the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston came ready to play. Their sharp focus and apparent preparation for the matchup helped them zero in on an 8-2 run off the tip. After 1, they held an 8-point advantage. Heading into the second quarter, the wheels started to fall off the cart as they were outscored by a healthy margin, but were still able to limp into halftime, nursing a 1-point lead. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone. The sign says, "We love Houston." I think it speaks for all of us. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Ian Clark. Steven Adams is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Robertson in at the small forward position.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? Nah.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw this game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, the former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against them. That's a good thing.
Here's Paul after the Rockets pick up 3. To the paint. Out to Gallinari. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a 1-point game. Down low, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Robertson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Robertson's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Harden surveying the D. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Free throw drops for Harden.
And if James Harden has one signature move, it's got to be his step-back jumper. Something he's worked on for years. And like the sky hook or Nowitzki's fadeaway, it's becoming one of those iconic, unstoppable shots.
The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. And both free throws good for James Harden.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Paul finds Adams. Gallinari outside. Kicks it out to Paul. The tray. Buries the long-range jumper. Paul's got the lead up to 2 now for the Thunder. And Chris, you look at Harden's step back, there's a real different rhythm to it, isn't there?
I mean, he covers a lot of ground with that gather step. I mean, some fans even wonder if it's a travel. But I guess it's legal. Tremendous footwork crafted over countless reps in the gym.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 5. Robertson kicks to Paul. Inside. And Adams with the slam.
I like how Paul is always looking to dish the ball. I mean, he has a pass-first mentality.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Inside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Adams. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Gallinari outside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for James Harden.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Now here's Westbrook. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
The Rockets shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Robertson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Paul. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The lead is 2. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Shumpert. Tries from the block, and he gets the jumper to drop.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Greg, this game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
Now here's Gordon. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Shoots over Schroeder. Westbrook can't get it to go.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Ferguson kicks to Gallinari. The Rockets pull it in.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now here's Shumpert. He has 5. And Adams sends it back. And some nice passing there by Houston. Tries again. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Rockets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Rivers, he's checked in for Shumpert. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. That one misses for Westbrook.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Westbrook pulls it in.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
I don't know, but one thing I do know is that he'll hear about that shot during the next time out.
Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now here's Schroeder. He has 5. High arcing shot, and Capella sends it back. A second chance effort. And another shot. And there's the nice layup by Adams. Adams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
Pass to Rivers. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. A nice shot by Tucker.
That's too much space to give him out there on the perimeter. They got to close out on him.
Thunder have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Capella sends it back.
It seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
And here's Rivers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Houston, they have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Oklahoma City making a change here. And so Westbrook makes them both. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Rockets on top. They lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Houston leading by 4. They've got Kenneth Fareed, Harden out there with Rivers. Then it's P.J. Tucker, and it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. But they recover it. Tries again. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Oklahoma City shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks it to Gallinari. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Thunder also changing it up. Robertson comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And Chris Paul subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari hits them both.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. A 2-point game. It's stolen. For the finish. And the dunk by Robertson.
And so far, this has got that feel of a game that could be back and forth all the way.
Yeah, at some point, though, you might expect one team to go on a run, but this could come down to the wire.
Now here's Harden. Three-pointer. Fareed trying to get open. Harden gets the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Clark. Back to Robertson. Paul left side. And the shot goes in.
And the competitive nature of Paul, even when he's covered, he still goes right at the defense.
Harden outside. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependable.
Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Robertson. Tipped away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Rockets now. Rockets leading by 3. Now Harden.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Over in the corner, Paul. His three-pointers off the mark. Harden outside to the paint. Here's Tucker. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And Kenneth Faried, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin is trying to keep them focused.
Now here's Paul. Clock at 4. Sinks that one from the post. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
So composed and confident. I mean, Paul isn't the biggest guy. That doesn't stop him from getting it done inside.
Green against Gallinari. Green passes to Faried. Gallinari against Green. Drills the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Paul. Kicks to Clark. Knocks it loose and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Rivers.
Substitution for the Rockets. Russell Westbrook.
Harden outside. Faried against Gallinari. A baseline J. It's deflected. Here's Robertson. Guarded by Green. Robertson kicks to Paul. Robertson dishes to Adams. Back to Robertson. Just 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Feeds to Westbrook. It's stolen by Adams. Paul finds Gallinari. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Shoot 2.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. hits them both.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Harden outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, and for a guard, Harden does a ton of damage inside, especially how he gets these foul calls close to the basket.
Rockets, James Harden, taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Look, he's always a league leader in free throw attempts. I mean, Harden, he's so shifty, so strong, and he can beat you from any spot on the floor.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
He's not about to let those points get away. I mean, he knows they're going to need him tonight.
Ball against Westbrook to the wing right side. Clark kicks to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Robertson the pass to Adams. Shoots over Capella. And he can't bank that one in. Westbrook against Paul.
Russell Westbrook, taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Right wing, Clark for 3. He can't hit that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Westbrook. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Kevin, and Harden defines the word clutch, and this is Clutch City. The number of ways in which he scores in these moments, just incredible.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 6. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And I would point to his shooting percentage as the key reason he's our pick. And that sounds simple, but he hadn't tried to do too much. He hasn't tried to force his shots, just kind of waited and worked to get good looks. And in the end, he's found plenty of them.
Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
At the line for your Rockets, James Harden, taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Last on the first.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Paul. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They trail by 8. 27 seconds left in the fourth. On defense, Houston. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Back to Gallinari. Stolen by Fareed. The pass to Capella, and there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Shooting for Houston, Clint Capella. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
I just love the production Capella gives this team. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. He's their defensive anchor. He finishes off with oops, and he can make nice passes out the pick and roll.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
And they get it. The Thunder with another miss. Harden with it. So we see Houston taking the W here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with James Harden. James, what is it like when you're playing a team that's struggling and you have to keep focused to keep them down?
You know what? We look at the bigger picture, and we have one goal at the end of the season, that's to be champions. So we can't play down to the level of our competition. You know, we got to go out there every single night and, be on the same page and try to give 100% effort.
It's been a success so far, James. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.